So today I'm getting super aggressive and seeing if adding green to the red Prowess deck makes it better, worse, or about the same. Spoiler alert, some games go by extremely fast. Hey everyone, Hex here, and today I'm playing a Gruul Prowess aggro deck on the ladder. But before that, and as always, I want to thank you all for your support for this channel, and if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below to not miss out on future content, and you'll be massively supporting the channel in the meantime too. But onto this deck, and as I've mentioned, it's very fast and aggressive, and I only noticed after the games that outside of the mana base, there are actually no rares. It does extremely well on the ladder today. So let's start with the creatures that I'm sure you all know, but we are only running 12 of them, so they're pretty important in this deck. We're playing 4 Monastery Swiftspears, our 1-drop 1/2s with haste and prowess, the actual perfect card for these types of deck. We've got 4 Electrostatic Infantries, 2-drop 1/2s with trample, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And lastly, Festival Crusher. So this is a 2-drop 1/3 that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Now I just love this card, and when you give it trample too, it turns into just a 1-card wrecking ball. So to pump our creatures into monster threats, we've got a ton of spells. In green, we have access to Colossal Growth that gives +3/+3 until end of turn to target creature, or +4/+4 if you kick it for a red, and it also gets trample and haste too. We have good old-fashioned Giant Growth, a 1-cost instant that gives +3/+3 until end of turn. And we're playing Gaea's Gift. This is a 2-drop instant that puts a +1/+1 on target creature, and it gains reach, trample, indestructible, and most importantly, hexproof. So this is a great way to save your valuable creatures, and you want to keep this in your hand right until the last possible moment. In red, we're playing Ancestral Angers to give trample, and your creature gets +X/+0, where X is 1 plus the number of Ancestral Angers in your graveyard, and you get to draw a card too. We have Reckless Impulses to draw and obviously activate the prowess of our creatures, plus Play with Fires and Lightning Strikes to deal that last bit of damage we'll inevitably need to get over the line. We have 22 lands, and that's the deck. So pretty simple idea and a pretty simple game plan, but it's highly effective and can win in just a couple of turns and a couple of minutes. Anyway, have a watch and let me know if you'd make any changes to this deck. All right, on the play. Pretty nice hand. We don't have our 1-drop prowess creature, our Swiftspear, but we can certainly play this mountain and hold open Play with Fire. So I'm off the back of a 6-0 with my last video, my Angel deck. So this is game number 7 of that run. See if we can continue the run. Check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. Opponent with a Lunar Veteran. Okay, well, life gain is going to be an issue for us. We definitely don't want the opponent to be gaining too much life. We're playing minimal creatures here, and we need to win quickly. So we'll drop our Festival Crusher here. So our hand's okay. I mean, it's not very exciting, but opponent has a Hopeful Initiate. So we draw an Ancestral Anger. Okay, well, we'll play our infantry first, because I'm going to want to play the Ancestral Anger here on the Festival Crusher, but I want to make sure that I get the value onto the infantry as we draw another infantry. So already attacking the opponent here for 4. They just take it. The Anger is a sorcery, so unfortunately you have to do it before attacks. No surprise trample there. And opponent finds their 3rd land, and it's Inspiring Overseer. Gain a life, draw a card. Well, I'm glad we got rid of that Lunar Veteran earlier, as I still feel the opponent would probably be on 20 life. And that's not what we want in our deck. We find a Swiftspear. Alright, this is going to be an interesting turn. I don't think we can kill them. So we can drop the Swiftspear, attack with everyone. We'll see if they block. They don't block. I think we're just going to Lightning Strike their face. We can't kill them. I could kill one of their creatures, but I think it's best just to do maximum damage here, drop them down to 6, and next turn let's see if we can get over the line with our Gaea's Gift. They do find a 4th mana, and it's a Serra Paragon. Okay. I was kind of glad that they weren't going to hold open the Wandering Emperor there, as they a very ambitious attack here with 2 of their creatures. No. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so we just find Sokenzan, which would be nice if we had another mana already. So we'll just play the land, drop our infantry, and attack with the team and see how the opponent blocks before I decide what I'm going to do with this guy's gift. Okay, opponent puts their Paragon in front of my infantry, the Overseer in front of the Swiftspear, and the Initiate in front of the Crasher. So I don't think we can kill them right now. We'll put the Gaea's gift on the infantry to kill their Paragon, and they're going to lose their board here. We're going to drop their life down to 5, and we've got 4 creatures on board here. So fingers crossed they don't have a depopulate. And it's just an Iganjo as a land. And they scoop it up. Nice. Alright, on the draw with this hand, I mean, it's pretty nice. I wish we were on the play, because these 2 Swiftspears would be, I mean, that would be so strong, but... Okay, opponent with a tap land. Alright, so we get to drop a Swiftspear here and get pretty aggressive. Looks like we're up against an Esper deck. So they'll have removal, no doubt. We find another Swiftspear. Alright, well, I mean, we're just going to play all of these. I mean, this is quite a strong start here. Okay, they've got a cut down, fair enough. Wonder if they've got another in their hand. But yeah, these Swiftspears, imagine we had all 3 down and we got the Reckless Impulse next turn. That would be pretty amazing. But we'll just get in there with just these 2. Drop the opponent to 17. Another tap land, alright. So we find another Reckless Impulse. Alright, so we really want a green land here. But our Swiftspears get Prowess. Okay, just a Mountain and a Lightning Strike. Not that great for us there. We'll hit the opponent for 4. Feel like we've been a little bit unlucky, but that's what you get when you've got 2 colours in this type of deck. Rona's Vortex puts one of our Swiftspears in our hand. At least it's not dead, I guess. And there is a Sokenzan. Alright, well, we'll play our Swiftspear. And do it again. Play Impulse, see if we can find a forest. Just an infantry and a Crasher. Okay, well, that is pretty unfortunate. We didn't even draw a land in that. There's not much we can do here, I guess. Just attack the opponent for another 4. And it's March of a Wretched Sorrow. Okay, so they gain some life back for that. So we're slowly chipping away, but we've only gotten down to 14 here. But next turn we've got the Crasher and the infantry, so we've got some more bodies to come down, to be honest. Okay, well, we'll play the infantry first. Still no green mana, which is a shame. And it's Devious Cover-Up. Okay, so that's countered. And I'm just going to go for the Reckless Impulse. See if we can find a green mana, which we don't, but we do find Ancestral Anger, which is a pretty decent card. And yeah, we'll just attack the opponent here for 4. We're going to lose one of our Crashers, but finally got the opponent down to 10. And it's Silver Scrutiny. Alright, so they're tapping themselves out. And we draw a forest, which is perfect. So can we win now? That is the question. I don't think we can quite win yet. So we'll play our Crasher first. And we'll just slightly bide our time. Opponent does have 1 island open, so I don't want to go too crazy. We'll definitely be able to cast the Colossal Growth though. So we've now got this Swiftspear up to a 6/7. Play with Fire would do 2 more damage, but it wouldn't kill them. So I think we just need to wait, because if we don't kill them and they gain some life back and find a way to kill our creatures, we're going to be in a a bit of trouble. So I don't want to go too crazy right now. We have got them on 4, but... Okay, lightning strikes. There's 4 damage in our hand, so it's probably best that we attack first. See what they want to do. Okay, and by playing Giant Growth on the Swiftspear, it's gonna mean that they have to do something. Because they are dead on board now, but we've got 4 damage in our hand, so... And it's March for 5 to gain 5 life. Nope, they did tap themselves out to do that, and I'm glad we got the 4 damage in our hand, so we can kill them this way. And yeah, nice. All right, on the play, and this hand is pretty nice. So yeah, we've got our 1 and 2 drops, and then we've got some spells to cast with them as well. So we'll see what the opponent does first before we decide what we're going to do next turn. They name Soldier, and Recruitment Officer joins the party. So I think we'll attack first and see if the opponent wants to block. I highly doubt it, but if they do, we can do some little shenanigans, but they don't. So we'll just cast our Festival Crusher and set ourselves up for the next few turns. My experience is they don't tend to play too much removal, except for Brutal Cathar. They do have a Thalia though, which is probably our nemesis in this deck. So I'm just going to go to attacks, see what they want to do. Okay, they're just going to take it, fair enough. Okay, well, as soon as they're not blocking, we might as well give one of our creatures +3/+3 until end of turn. No need to give it trample with the Colossal Growth. That works well if they want to block. They do find their 3rd mana. Oh, and no Brutal Cathar, fair enough. Okay, so we'll do the same as what we did last turn. We'll just attack our opponent. Guess they might have Resolute Reinforcements we need to worry about, but they do block each of our creatures. Okay, so I'm going for Colossal Growth this time. And they have a counter spell, okay. They find a Brutal Cathar, and that takes our Festival Crusher, but we have Lightning Strike ready for that, so we'll take care of that. And opponent scoops it up. Alright, on the play here. Yeah, this is a keepable hand, but it's not great. We'll drop our mountain, and opponent has a Mishra's Research deck, okay. We find a Reckless Impulse. Okay, so we'll just play our other mountain, hide the fact we've got green in the deck for no reason, but we can. And it is a Grixis deck, okay. And a Blood Tithe Harvester, fair enough. So we find a Swiftspear, okay. Well, we'll play our Swiftspear first and go to attacks and see what the opponent wants to do. So probably a tricky situation for them to be in here. They know we're playing Prowess, they know we've got spells in our hand. And they go to block the Swiftspear, okay. Or not. Okay, they go to block the Festival Crusher. Okay, well, although I'd like to keep the Gaia's Gift in case the opponents want to target one of our creatures, I think it's a good time to play it now. It gives it trample, and it means we can get in for a little bit more damage. Drop the opponent to 14. So we're on a nice 3-game winning streak at the moment. And like I said, with the 6 games from the Angel deck the time before, that's 9 games I've gone without losing here, so pretty happy about that one. And it's the Iconoclast. Okay, so the trample's going to be great here if the opponent creates a ton of 1/1s. So we find a Forest. Okay, well, I'm going to go to attacks first. I want to keep open the Colossal Growth and kick in it, so Didn't play the Reckless Impulse pre-combat there. Going it to kick our Crusher and try and get as much damage through as possible. We'll kick the Swiftspear. Either, it doesn't matter really, I don't think. If opponent is holding any removal, at least we kind of spread the damage a little bit there. Yeah, we drop them down to 3. They have to kill our creatures here, otherwise the Reckless Impulse is going to be fantastic. And it is the Anvil, okay. And a Voltage Surge on our Crusher. Sure. Opponent is down to 1 life though. They took a bit of damage to do that. So we just got to get 1 damage through. And they attack us with their 2-1, okay. Alright, well, we haven't got much we can do here. We'll cast the Reckless Impulse. We've got a ton of ways to do 1 damage, so I'm sure we will find one. And we find a mountain and another impulse, okay. Alright, well, I feel like we need to find a way to win this game on this particular card. And it's a Crusher, and yeah, there's Play with Fire right at the end to win us the game there. Maybe we're a bit lucky at the end there. Okay, on the draw here, and I think we're going to mulligan this. I don't think this is a very good opening hand for our deck, to be honest. I might be wrong, but we'll mulligan this, and yeah, this is way better. So we'll keep this one, and we'll just have to get rid of one of the Colossal Growths for the moment. Opponent with a tap land, Xander's Lounge, so we get to drop our Swiftspear and attack our opponent already. We drew a Play with Fire, which is pretty nice. Gonna want to draw a land as well soon to double spell. Okay, Voldaren Epicure. And a Swamp, so not really sure exactly what we're up against just yet. And it's cut down on our Swiftspear. Alright, so pretty good opening hand for our opponent. They managed to deal with our threat. We do have an infantry to back up our Swiftspear though, so not too bad. So yeah, next turn really could do with probably a red mana. Cast the Impulse, see what's going on. They find a Corpse Appraiser, so they get to exile the Swiftspear from our graveyard. And a 3/3 is a little bit annoying, but like I said, we've got stuff to deal with that. We've got the Lightning Strike, so... Okay, well this is a tricky situation. We just drew an Ancestral Anger. It is a way to draw a card if we want to. And yeah, I went with it. Not sure if it was necessarily the good move. I was kind of hoping to draw a land there. Maybe I should have played the Reckless Impulse instead. So fair enough, we will no attacks here. I don't really want to lose this creature. So yeah, probably should have played the Impulse there, but it is what it is. And it's Saheeli. Okay, well, I don't necessarily mind that card. It is annoying though that we are going to have to divert some of our damage to kill the Planeswalker, where we are playing minimal creatures and we want to try and do as much to our opponent. There we find a mountain. Okay, well, we get to play our mountain and we get to Lightning Strike the Corpse Appraiser. And we will Play with Fire the Epicure. And then we will attack down Saheeli. So we got to clear their board. So hopefully we are back in the game here. And we will take care of Saheeli. So that's a load of damage we didn't do to our opponent's face there, which is unfortunate. They do find an Anvil, so going to gain a little bit more life as they sack their blood token. And they have go for the throw as well. All right, so I don't think we're going to be winning this game, unfortunately. They've come fully prepared for the battle, but we do have another infantry, so I'll just play this now. So at this point, I couldn't remember if I'd already played my land or not, and that is why I played the Impulse there. It does mean that next turn we get a Swiftspear or and a play with fire there, but might have wanted to play that next turn, but I don't think it matters too much. Another Corpse Appraiser for our opponent. Yeah, so this game I think might be gone. They've got a lot more of the answers to our board than we have to theirs. I think the best way for us to win is if we can do some like enormous damage on one turn here. But they cycle through the anvil triggers and we just draw another mountain. All right, so we could do with maybe a Reckless Impulse, but this is what we've got. We'll just play our infantry and attack our opponent. Obviously they know we've got Play with Fire in our hand. They might not be expecting a Colossal Growth here though, so this is nice that we get to take care of their Corpse Appraiser, but I'm sure they don't mind us doing this. And yeah, got the opponent down to 12, and we'll just get rid of their 1-1. Probably should have done that before attacks, missed a little bit of damage there, so yeah, not an ideal game here. And it's a Sheoldred, okay. Okay, well, Reckless Impulse is probably the best draw for us there. Opponent is going to be able to see what we've got though. And it's just land. Okay, well, I don't think there's much we can do here. We can certainly attack with the 5-6. But yeah, that was pretty unfortunate there with the 2 lands. So we've done a ton of damage in this game. We just haven't been able to do enough to our opponent's face. And they're going to start gaining life with Sheoldred. And there's another anvil. Okay, so this game is kind of falling away from us a little bit here. Transmorgant Crown as well. And they go back up to 10. And yeah, they got a free attack basically with Sheoldred here. Alright, so we could win if we could draw maybe a Reckless Impulse. I mean, Giant Growth's not the worst card in the world, but it's not quite enough as we go down to 4. And yeah, we're pretty dead, I think, with the Sheoldred and the Anvil. So we'll just attack our opponent. I guess they would die if they don't block at all. So we want to hope that they don't block. Okay, well, they do block. They saw the line. So we had a very small window of winning at the end there. And we'll just Giant Growth our infantry and see what happens. So maybe we could have won this game had I played slightly differently, but opponent can take this damage and they can go down to 2, but Sheoldred's going to finish us off anyway, and all we have is a mountain, so we'll good game the opponent there and move on to the next one. Alright, on the play here, and this hand's alright. Load of spells, and we have our Crasher, so we'll keep this one. We'll play our mountain, and opponent has a swamp, and Dreams of Steel and Oil. Okay, that is annoying as they get to take our Festival Crasher. Okay, we drew another one. Thank goodness for that, because I thought that game might be over before it gets started. But yeah, bit of a lucky top deck there as they find a Transmorgant's Crown. And we even get a infantry. So we'll cast our infantry first, then we get to use our anger on our Crasher. And we're already doing 4 damage to our opponent. We get a counter on our infantry, so yeah, kind of bit of a lucky last 2 draws. They find a underdog and they put their crown on it, okay, and we just draw a Play with Fire. I mean, this is the perfect hand for us. We pretty much top decked our way through here. So we'll deal with the underdog now. They can draw a card. Can't quite kill them right now, so it's probably best that we attack with what we've got. put them down to 10. Hold open Gaia's Gifts to protect our creature. Opponent with a Sheoldred, okay. So yeah, I thought they might have had some removal there, but they don't. As we find another infantry. Okay, so that's a bit annoying, but what we will do is attack the opponent with both our creatures, see how they block before we decide what we're going to do. Gaia's Gift does give indestructible as well. Okay, they just take it. Well, that is lethal because we can just lightning strike their face and then cast our Gaia's Gift if we need to, but we already had 7 damage there. And yeah, very, very quick win there. All right, on the play, and this has got to be the nuts for us, really. The Swiftspear into 3 spells we can cast next turn. So we'll play out our 1/2 and say go. Opponent finds a Scoured Baron, so they go back up to 20. All right, well, we draw a Festival Crasher, so we're going to want to play that now to maximize the turn when we get to cast some of our instants and sorceries. They find a Swamp and Evolved Sleeper. Okay, well, we can take care of that with Play with Fire. And they instantly evolve it. And we find a Giant Growth as well. All right. So yeah, we can get really aggressive here by casting Play with Fire on the Evolved Sleeper. That's pumping our creatures already. And we have Colossal Growth as well. And we'll do that onto our Crusher or our Swiftspear. 11 damage to our opponent. And they're already down to 8, and this is their turn 3. And it's a Reckoner Bankbust, okay. I mean, that's got to be good for us. Okay, they have a cut down for our Swiftspear, and it's Gaia's Gift for us, so yeah, we'll have to cast the Impulse first. We don't have 2 green mana. And yeah, this should just be lethal if we put the Giant Growth on our Festival Crasher. 8 damage on before the opponent gets to turn 4. So thanks for watching. I ended up going 6-1, which is pretty good, I think. It seems a good deck to rank up with, as you can churn through games, but you'll want to watch your math when working out which creatures to pump, as it can get a tad complicated sometimes, especially if you're under time pressures. But feel free to subscribe if you like, and I'll speak to you again very soon.